Hey guys, good evening everyone. Myself Lekha, and as already they have introduced, as a team has introduced. So let me also give a quick introduction about myself and my work. So I'm from Bangalore, and right now I'm working as a full stack data scientist. So full stack means I have expertise in data engineering and also end-to-end deployment of the machine learning models. So advanced NLP models mixed with advanced machine learning models, reinforcement learning, Q learning. Okay, so I have been closely working with Nissan on their electric vehicle model building, and with Meta on their geolift analysis and some of the statistical testing projects with Geo as well. So with Meta. So this is a quick and brief introduction about myself. And guys, as you all know, this workshop is about Tableau. So agenda will be like, I'll be explaining about what is Tableau, introduction to it. So, and how to install Tableau software, which is a free source actually. And again, so let us start with quickly understanding of each and every features under Tableau. And along with that, I would also like to give some of the parts, like where do we use this Tableau basically as a data scientist, or let's say if you're working as a data analyst, okay, or if you're working as a business intelligence analyst, business analyst. So everybody use this Tableau in a little bit different manner. Okay, so we will learn all of those things along with this agenda. So guys, if you have any questions, please post your questions in the chat window, so I'll be discussing on those questions as well. So if you have anything unclear, also please post it. I don't mind repeating the things as well. So let us just begin with the workshop now. So guys, quick question. I just want to understand if you have any basic understanding on Tableau. Anyone, you can also share your thoughts in the chat window. So anybody has worked on Tableau, or do you have any idea what is Tableau? So few of you have mentioned you already have an idea like what is Tableau. So have you ever worked, guys? Okay, just downloaded few days back. Great. Okay. Used for visualization, ma'am, as a part of my course. Amazing. Data visualization, not used. Okay. So guys, many of you have mentioned you have used it for data visualization, and it is correct. It is actually a data visualization tool. So let us discuss about this more precisely, like what exactly Tableau and everything. So let me launch the digital pen, which I have, so that I can explain it better. Okay, so guys, let us start with what is Tableau. And before going to that, let me tell you where do we use this Tableau in the industry, because everybody, like you might be working in a different part. Okay, so data scientist will use this, data analyst will use this. Where is this Tableau is being used? So guys, Tableau is basically a data visualization tool. I'll explain what do you mean by data visualization tool. Okay, so first let me explain like where do we use this Tableau. See, let us imagine you're working as a data scientist, let's say data analyst. Okay, imagine let's say you're working as a business analyst, you're working as business intelligent analyst, etc. So any analytical role. So what do you mean by analytics? Analytics is nothing but nowadays you can see it is booming in the industry. Data analytics, data scientist, business analyst. Okay, so these people are nothing but those who have got very much expertise in analyzing the data, right? So that is nothing but data analysis. So how they use this Tableau? Say for example, I'm working as a data analyst. I have got some Nissan data, Nissan electric vehicle data with me, and using that data I will be understanding how this data is doing, what is the pattern in the data, like how many new models are there in the market, so how they are investing on their advertisement, what is their promotion, etc. I can easily show it in terms of graph. Okay, so why graph? Why not any other representation? So guys, graphical representation is the most powerful representation in the industry. Using such sort of representation, anybody can easily understand what is your thought behind, what is the story or insight behind the data. So basically, let's say your manager says that just show us like how these electric vehicles are doing. So how these values are doing, or let's say, so guys, I would request everybody to hide your cameras. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So using that graphical representation, Data analyst can easily say that, okay, looking at this graph, I can say as you increase your market activity, the sales will also go on increasing. Like that, basically you can provide one dashboard. How data scientist will do? Exactly same way. So let's say even a data scientist, before proceeding with machine learning models, so he will understand how data is doing and what is the story behind this data. He will directly connect to this Tableau, or let's say any visualization or graphical representation, so that the end user, let's say for example, we usually work with non-tech managers, okay, like many times counterparts will be non-technical. If you go and tell them, okay, this is the data, this is the statistics, or this is Python, whichever I have used, they will surely never understand. Okay, so you need to provide it in a graphical representation. So for graphical representation, we have many tools. One such is like Power BI, or one such very powerful and very booming tool nowadays in the industry is Tableau, guys. Okay, I'll explain like why Tableau is booming nowadays. Like it is on top and it is the very costliest software among all the visualization tools. Okay, so hope this is clear. So to do any graphical representation of the data, and that data will tell some stories to the end user, you will always go with beautiful graphical representation of entire dashboard or a story you can create using this Tableau. Tableau is a tool which is developed by US people. Okay. Okay, so guys, let us start. Before going to this, some of the terminologies and some of the things that I want to discuss. Let us start with this. Okay, see, what do you mean by data analytics? There are different division that we have in the industry. Okay, so I just want to keep this division because it is also important to know where do we basically use this Tableau software. Okay, so data analytics start with descriptive analytics. Say, for example, imagine I have given you Coca-Cola data. Okay. So Coca-Cola data with you, I have given you basically like information like advertisement that is given, and the distribution of the product which is given, and what is the sales happened, etc. So descriptive analytics is nothing but description of the data. Like you will say that, okay, what happened to the data? How many advertisement they have posted? So how your data is distributed? What is the maximum sales, minimum sales? Okay, what is the total sales per each of the product? Okay, something like that. So that sort of description is called descriptive analytics, which is actually used. And here also, whatever the description about the data, you can show it easily using Tableau software. Okay, so that is descriptive analytics. For example, if you take any person, what is his descriptive analytics? Like whether he is tall, like whether he is having full hair or short hair. So what is his attire? Like how does he look? Whether he is thin, fat. So even about data, you can come up with all these analysis, like at least basic analysis of data. Okay, so that is nothing but descriptive analytics. You can represent that description of data as well using Tableau. Clear? So next will be diagnostic analytics. So what is the meaning of diagnostic analysis? Say, for example, let's say year wise, I'm just checking what is the sales happened. Okay, so usually, say for example, in the month, some month of December, there is a huge peak in the sales, and again there is a dip, again there is a dip in month of March, something like this. So this is diagnostic. Why did it happen? So first you understand, okay, description, you understand that there is a sudden peak in the sales. Okay, maybe in the month of December, Jan, usually it happens with any sales, or there is some dip in the sales like in the month of March or something like that. So why it happened? Okay, that sort of story also you can give along with the graph. So guys, that's how the Tableau is very much useful in the industry. Not only that you provide what happened, you also provide an information why it is actually happened. That is nothing but data analysis, diagnostic analytics. Okay, next will be predictive analytics, which comes for data scientist, machine learning models. See, what you will understand is basically data looks like this and all. You will predict the future. Okay, so you will forecast and let's say you'll predict the future. That predictive, whatever the values you have predicted data from the machine learning model, you can still plot it in Tableau so that people can easily, you can also divide which is actual data and which is the predicted data. So the end user can easily understand what that you have predicted, how does the trend will be. Okay, so all those things also can be given, and also you can also plot all those sort of charts as well under predictive analytics. Next will be prescriptive. Prescriptive it will be what should be done. Okay, that sort of analysis. Say for example, I have created one proper dashboard. Finally, I will show this dashboard to the end user, let's say my client. I will tell them, okay, the sales has increased in the month of December. Okay, the sales has decreased in the month of March, maybe because many people will buy the product in the month of December and January. Okay, you can increase your product in the month of December, Jan and November. Okay, so especially because there will be Christmas and many big eves, and also like New Year, etc., people will go with more sales. So if there is a dip, then you can give them like what should be done. So you can mention them in the month of March, don't produce more products, try to just give more discount so that the people will be attracted and buy the existing products. So like this, guys, you can provide the graphical representation, also a story what could be done. If your chart look like this, what you can do. If your chart says that there is a dip in the sales, what could be done for that. So all this sort of analytics, we call it as completely data analytics. You can do any of this. So you start with what happened, why it happened, and future what will happen if it is like this, then what it can be done, how it can be improved. So any sort of analytics in the industry, you can use Tableau to provide some basic insights to intermediate insights. Okay, that is about data analytics. So guys, hope it is clear. So guys, let me know if my face or like paste that I'm going is fine with you all, so that you can paste it in the chat window if it is yes. You want me to slow down, or you want me to, okay, struct and can, okay, yes, good. No, I'm good. Okay, great, guys. Okay, so guys, I'll answer the question after some time. Okay, so I'll take small 5-10 minutes to just to answer the question. I'll just view all the chat window. Not to worry, I'll answer all the questions. Okay, great, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, let us proceed now. Like what is Tableau and why it is very useful. So guys, as I already told you, data visualization is the most powerful representation of whatever the case that you're studying, or most powerful representation of the data. How does it look, what happened, why it has happened, everything that you can provide it using data visualization. So to communicate all those things, we need a tool. Okay, so to build some beautiful and very powerful speed and very interactive visualization, okay, we use certain tool, we call it as Tableau. Okay, Tableau is basically a data visualization tool, means which is only designed very beautifully in order to provide beautiful graphs, very interactive charts, etc. Okay, so then what is Tableau? Tableau is nothing but it is a visual analysis solution or a tool, so which is developed by American company. Okay, and guys, nowadays, maybe if you're aware of Salesforce company, they have acquired it from 2019. So now the Tableau belongs to Salesforce, and it is the very costliest software among all the data visualization tools. So guys, quick question. Have anybody worked on this thing like Power BI? Have anybody worked on Power BI? Great. Okay, some of you have worked on Power BI, some of not. Okay, yes, great. So guys, now usually what will happen, like you need to know exactly what is the difference between Tableau and Power BI. So Power BI is also a data visualization tool from Microsoft. Okay, so this is a business intelligence tool. So what is the role of business intelligent people? Their role is nothing but they will be very much familiar with having the data visualization expertise, and they will be more only towards the data visualization, creating some interactive graphs, charts, and etc. They will take care of only graphical representation and providing the business insight. So they are called as the business intelligence people, okay, in any company. So Power BI is also a data visualization or business intelligence tool, which is used to same as usual, like to provide the graphical analytics. Okay, So what is the difference? See, we already had this Tableau. Then why are we having this, like we already had a Power BI. Then why are we having this Tableau? What is the beauty of that? Why someone should basically pay so much? It is like 10 times costlier than Power BI, I can say. Okay. So why are we paying this much and all those things? So guys, one main thing, Tableau is way too faster than Power BI. So guys, have you ever observed any stock market trend? Some in some website, have you seen it? Any stock market trends where there is a lot of bull curves, like ups and downs will be there. Okay. So guys, stock market trend is a live data. Okay. Every milliseconds, your data should be refreshed and it should be that quick, because when the peak goes up, people will basically invest. When when the peak goes up, people will withdraw their money. When the peaks come down, they will invest like that. So there will be some stock market trend will be there, which will be changing in every milliseconds. So what sort of chart they will build and how this everything will be refreshed using Tableau. So Tableau is the way to very powerful and very speed um, visualization tool. And not only that, it can handle very big amount of data. Maybe if you have observed Power BI, when your data is so huge, okay, like if it is a big data or something like very huge, Power BI suffers a problem with it. Sometimes it will stuck, or sometimes it will be like very difficult to process such big data. So that problem is also resolved using Tableau. It will process very big amount of data in the industry. That's why it is very useful in the industry. And then when it comes to visualization, so Tableau has got very beautiful visualizations and interactive visualization as well. You can add very interactive images, some animations to the charts, and also you can add basically you can connect multiple dashboards, and you have complete stories as well you can build. So Tableau is much better than Power BI. That's why it is very costly. So guys, usually what will happen, if I want to say, many mid-level companies will not go with Tableau because it's a very costly software. A very bigger companies, okay, because they will generate more and more data. So there all the analysis will be under Tableau itself. Okay. So this is about what is Tableau, why it is better than all other software, etc. So this is the topmost software in the industry now for any sort of visualization. Okay. So guys, is it clear? Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So as I told you, and who all will use this one? Data scientist can use this one. Data analyst can use this one. Any analytics, guys. Analyst can be data analyst, business analyst. So any sort of analyst will use this Tableau to build their visualization. Similarly, any sort of data, even data scientist, also a data analyst itself at some point. So they will also use this for visualization. Okay. So Tableau is nowadays used by like this everybody who works with the data. So that's why it is very useful in the industry as well. Okay, so this is about who can use. And this next will be versions of Tableau. See, when we release the software, some softwares are released, usually they will have different version. Some version is useful only for practice purpose, okay, like which is a open source. Some version is actually a paid version and way too faster, like server version and all. So let us understand each of this version, like how we can use this version and what version basically we want to download as well. Okay. So first, let me start with desktop version. So desktop version is the version of Tableau which is released only for desktop. And guys, this is not free version. So you have a free trial for about 14 days, I guess. So you'll be having a free trial for about 14 days if you download the desktop version, but it is not a free resource. Okay. So what is the advantages? So whatever the dashboard or the chart that you build, you can download it to your local. Okay, means your downloads or like desktop, anywhere you can keep the chart. So we will be not using this one because I'll tell you we need to use public version. Okay, so I'll tell you the difference. So desktop version is not free version, but if you have student ID, maybe many of you are students also who have joined the webinar. If you have a student ID, Okay, for a desktop version, you can actually enroll it and it is free for you. Maybe for 1 year at least you will get the free actually installation of that software. So try it out. If you have a free like if you already have a student ID, go with the desktop version. Okay, so but the better usage where that will be public version. I'll tell you the reason. So public version is the open source and it is a free version which is actually used mostly with like practice purpose. Okay, this is not used for the commercial industry perspective because this is public version. So it will be like, let's say you have built some chart and that chart will be posted in the public dashboard basically. Okay, so I'll show you that connection as well. If you build chart in your local by installing that software, so that will be directly navigated to the public version, means it is an open source. Everybody, anybody can view your charts in the public version. It is not private at all. Okay, so this is about public version of the software. We use this one. So why are we using the public version? There is a reason, guys. So the reason that we are using the public version will be because if you just give the link, let's say I have created some dashboard and all, and for the job hunting, I want to showcase my skill, I can directly give them just one link. By clicking the link, that will navigate to your charts. So that's why keep it to public version. There is no much difference between the public and desktop version. Okay, so next will be online version, prep version, and server version. Online version is for very bigger cloud platforms. So guys, anybody aware of AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform? So anybody of you are aware of it? Yes, right? So that is all cloud platforms. So nowadays we won't, since the data is so huge, right? So we need to do a lot of analysis using AWS, Azure, so which is a cloud platforms, which is helpful for processing very large amount of data, which cannot be processed in your local laptops. Okay, so that is when we go with such big cloud platforms. So this online version, whatever that we see, is basically for AWS, Azure, so cloud platforms. Okay, so this is very, very costly among all. Even with the server and prep, this is the costliest one. So a company, only companies can afford this software. Okay, so online version of this is used along with, it is merged with the cloud platforms. So when your data is so huge, you directly push pre-process all the data and do everything in AWS, and then create a chart using the cloud version of the software. Okay, so next will be prep version, is the personal version. Usually nobody will take the prep version of the software. The reason is actually it's a very costly and it is used by only one person. It is for the personal interaction. Okay, so there is no much version automatically be. Okay, I'll take up the question then. Okay, so prep version is basically a personal version which is used. Okay, so used by anyone, or I mean, you can't have multiple instances, only one login ID can be created. So this is not used much, but it is still there. I mean, if anybody wants to have their own personal version of the software, they can buy this one. Server version is used by everyone. Okay, so server version is not connected to the cloud. This and this, the difference is this is normal version. Okay, so which is not connected to any cloud platforms. So you can create it in the server version and you can use this login ID and all. For everyone who are enrolled newly, they can have their login ID, password, and all those things to enroll into this. So guys, we are going to download the public version. So as I told you, like now you can create the dashboard and everything like in this webinar. So you can have that link and you can give it to someone who really want to show, I mean, see how does you do this Tableau dashboards and everything. Okay, so you can use that. So guys, this is all some of the version, and next slides will be explanation of that. As I told you, desktop version is installed and you can connect it to any data source virtually as well. You can download all those things like to your local system as well. So Tableau public version is the version that we use. Actually, we need to download this now. So next will be Tableau server version. As I told you, it's a solution sharing distribution. That means, so it is distribution among many people in the industry. This is owned by the company. Okay, so this is the server version. Next will be online version. As I told you, it's completely cloud-based solution, okay, for distributed computing and collaboration. So next will be prep version, which is personal data preparation tool, which is very costly. Usually, nobody will buy the entire software just for one instance, not to share instance. Okay, so this is not used in the industry. So guys, any question? Now I would like to answer some of the question which is given in the chat window. Okay. So which version is mostly used in the companies? In the company, we use both server version and online version, guys. Okay, because it is all encrypted. Means you need to have your own user ID, password, and all those things. Okay. Okay, any free version for Tableau? Yes, Anthony. So we have a public version for Tableau. We will download it. Okay. So next, any free version automatically for their office, right? So yeah, we will have a public version for that. Okay, we will download that as well. So a student version, that means desktop version. It's free for, yes. So yes, Aksham. So you can proceed with the desktop version if you already have. So guys, those who have student ID, you can claim for desktop version. It's 1 year free. So I have worked on Tableau and projects I did. Okay. Any particular questions? I'm checking in the chat window. Okay, cool. Okay. So guys, till now all clear. Yeah, Hussein, I'll tell you how to download. So I'll show you as well how to download with link as well. I'll provide the link in the chat window. So in data analytics, what are the most important tools and languages that one must learn? See, languages, as I told you, Python must and should. Okay, because Python is used for a lot of data manipulation, understanding, data mining, etc. So if it comes to visualization tool, it is better to learn both Power BI and Tableau, because like many mid-level companies will not afford Tableau. They will stick to Power BI. So if you know both, it will always be very helpful. Okay. So very useful. I'm a student of commerce. Can I learn? Obviously, yeah, Akash, you can learn. You can do some business analytics, because most of the BCom people will come to business analytics. So it's a very important tool where you can learn. Difference between all the version, as I told you, some of the versions are very costly and we cannot use that. Only public versions are free for us. Okay. So I already have, ma'am. I took 5 days ago. Cool. If you already have it, then cool. You can continue. We can do the visualization. Those who don't have this tool, so let us also study that. Next will be Python or R. I would suggest Python, because nowadays everybody have moved completely to Python, because R is not good with its server. It's way too late compared to Python. Okay. I'm looking for a career in business analytics. What should I learn? So you should learn basically data analytics. Okay, like Bhuvaneshwar. So I saw your question. I'm looking for career change in business analytics. You need to learn how to do data analytics, and along with that, some of the tools like this. Tableau is very much useful. SQL is very much useful for business analytics. Python is useful, and advanced Excel is also useful to do some sort of data analytics. Okay. We have to provide manipulate data in Tableau. We have to provide Chaitanya, I didn't understand the question. We have to provide manipulated data. Yes, yes. So you need to provide a clean data basically in Tableau. Okay. So as a business analyst, or important to learn Tableau? Yes. See, Tableau is always add-on thing. If you're going for any sort of career opportunity, so this will be very helpful. So guys, only with Tableau you can get a job. You don't even have to learn everything. Only with Tableau, you can actually get a job as a business intelligence analyst. Okay. Okay. So guys, I'll start now. So some pre-built data also in Tableau software. Okay. Okay, guys. So let us proceed. As I already told you, why Tableau? Because it's very fast and very interactive as well, etc. It's very useful. And guys, now, okay. So if you are using the desktop version, the Tableau file will be stored as .twb file. Okay. So it is stored as .twb file. Now let us go and install Tableau public version. Okay, download the Tableau. So let us go and install the public version. Then I'll come back to explain what is the difference between different data. Okay, so can you share PPT with us? Okay, so guys, I'm sharing a PPT. Also, I'm using one data set to do the visualization. I'm sharing this thing in the chat window. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'm sharing this. Okay, I'm sharing this PPT with everyone. It's there in, it's still loading. And guys, you need to have one data set, so which is used for the data visualization. So I'm sharing that as well. Okay, so guys, received everyone. And also team will also provide you through the separate link as well. So for now, I'm sharing it in the chat window. So guys, everybody received. So I have shared one PPT and also one data set with you all. Please confirm guys if you have received it. Okay, amazing. Okay, guys. So that data set is what we are using to create the visualization in this particular workshop. So I'll be proceeding first with how to install the software. So let us come to Tableau Public. Okay. Tableau public download. So guys, I'll give the link since I already have the software. I don't install. It's only two-way process of installing. Just two things that you need to do. So guys, this is the desktop version. Okay. So I'm just showing you. We are not installing this one. This is the desktop version basically. So you can see you have a 14-day trial. You can just install as well. So if you want completely like trial for 1 year and all, you need to provide your student ID. So we are not going with a desktop version. We will be downloading the public version, Tableau public version. So I'm sharing this link in the chat window. Okay. Okay. So guys, I have shared the link for the public Tableau download for the chat window. So can you just confirm? You can navigate to this page. Cool. Okay. Okay, guys. So let us proceed. So once you come to this page, this is actually a Tableau public page where you can download the public software. Okay. So you need to download the app. You need to click on download the app. Okay. So download the Tableau public. So the moment you click on this, you will get this option basically. You need to enter your name, first name, last name, your email ID and country or the region like which you belongs to. After that, if you click on download the app, it will download one execution file. Okay. So if you enter, you need to enter all these details. So can you guys try this? So enter all the details. Okay. Just a second. So you need to enter all the details, first name, last name, your email ID, whichever you want to use, then the region you belongs to, then click on download the app. You will get one file which is downloaded to your local. Okay, means it will be there in your downloads. Double click on that execution file, which will proceed you to download the public version of the software. So guys, can you, anybody confirm that once you download? And there's one more thing I want to tell this as well. So basically you can download and also prior to that you can sign into this public. Okay. So I'll just sign in and show you like why it is helpful. So guys, you can sign up as well by entering your name and all the things like you can confirm. So why? Because you must, to save your charts in the public, you must be a member of the public version. Okay. So that's why you need to save this. You need to sign up to the public version of the software. So you just sign up. Please create your own account. Okay. So right now I'll just sign in with my account and I'll just show you. Keep me signed in. Okay, guys. So I'll proceed with this. So guys, if anybody wants the link, it is already there in the chat window. Please check the chat window. Okay. So I'll proceed with the further steps now. So hope everybody has downloaded the software. So to launch the software, you need to just click on this. So just click on Tableau. You can easily get an option to open that. Just open it so that you'll get this sort of window which is launched. Okay. So everyone, you won't be seeing all these things. You'll be having this is the blank and this discover area will be there and this area will be there. So please, can you guys confirm if you're able to launch the software? Yes. So guys, able to launch the software? Please confirm in the chat window. Great. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll just continue with this. Okay. So guys, you won't be seeing all these things. This will be blank. Okay. So this side is what nothing but connect area. So first, once the software is downloaded, let us understand like how does it is there. Okay. Like how the software look like and everything. So let me just start with navigating to this. Okay. So guys, this area, whichever we see here is right. So this is very important area. I'll come back to this. First, I'll explain what all these things. So discovery is there. Discovery is nothing but they have given you some of the like hint, like how to use this software, some of the blocks, basically how to use and all. Okay. So some blocks will be there. Some sample data sets are there and something. So you can discover this. You can click and it will navigate you to the public window. So where you can see many other people's visualization, and also you can see how to use this. Some of the video materials are also there, not in a complete deep level. So at least some high level video things are there. Okay. Saksham, I'll share it again. Okay, not to worry. I'll share the material again. So first I'll explain the interface. Then before proceeding with the dataset, I'll provide the material once again. Okay. So guys, if those who have already, you can also share it in the chat window if somebody is asking in between. Okay. Okay. So guys, let us proceed. This area is actually very much important. This area, we call it as the connection area. See, as I told you, this is a tool. Now, tool should be connected with a data set to create any sort of the like visualization, right? So this Tableau will provide functionality to connect with different data. So first, if you have, let's say your data set is in Excel format and it is in local system, you can actually use this Microsoft Excel option to connect to your data. Okay, so if it is Excel, text file will be CSV file, comma separated values, JSON file. Sometimes you keep the value in the JSON format, like key value pairs. Very rarely we use all these things, but usually data will be, if it is in local, it is in the Excel or text file format. Microsoft Access, which is kind of spreadsheet things. So PDF file, spatial data. Okay, so then statistical data, basically like if you have some statistical data with you, distributions, description, statistics and everything, so you can also use this one. Next will be, guys, it will not only provide you to connect to local files, it will also provide you to connect to big servers. Server can be like some OData server, or it can be a big servers like Google Sheet, Google Drive. Not only this, guys, so main difference between the server version and this version is, so here in this portion, okay, to okay, 1 second. So guys, this is the server. Actually, in the server version, you will have more options here. So basically, have you all aware of database? Everyone? Yes, great. So many of you are basically aware of database. Database is nothing but a place where every company stores their data. Okay, because nowadays data that we generate, it's very large. We never store it in the local system. Database is the management tool, like management thing, where basically people will store the data and it is very well manipulated and all. So you will also get an option here to connect to bigger databases like AWS Redshift is a database, Snowflake is a data lake. Okay, you can connect it to MySQL database, Microsoft SQL database, etc. So only the difference between the server version and the public version is that. So here you don't have more options to connect because it is a public version. We cannot connect to bigger databases. So other service from the server versions or any cloud version is that you will have more options to connect to any internal or external data resources, okay, or sources. So this is about how to connect. So guys, I'm sharing one data with you all. Okay, so I would like to first, you should understand, imagine that now you're all working in a company and I want you to bring some insights out of this data using graphical representation. Okay, so guys, I would also love to request that please practice along with me so that it will be more easy and it will be beautiful interactive session. So I'm sharing the data once again from the chat window. So please refer the chat window for the data. So it's a sample superstore data which I'm sharing it with you. So guys, you need to now open this data and understand the data very well, like what is happening and etc. Okay, so see what data it is, what exactly it is consist of, and all those things. So I'll explain it again. So guys, everybody received the data set. You must have this data set, guys, everyone, because we are using the same data set for data analytics using Tableau. Everyone, have you all received? So guys, now the file that I have shared with you, I'll explain the data first. So guys, before going to proceed with any sort of analysis, right? So the first part of data analytics itself is understanding data. Okay. So let us start with understanding the data and what all the sort of analytics that we can do. Okay. So guys, this is the data set, and let me tell you what data set it is exactly. So this is nothing but the column value. Okay, this is all the column. So guys, this data set, the Excel sheet that you have consists of 3 tabs here. One is the orders tab, then the second one is the people's tab, and also the returns tab. We will be mainly going to learn with this orders tab. So this data I'll explain, it is about some sample superstore. You can imagine this is like some Amazon or Flipkart data. So where basically do this online like shopping, e-shopping, so where people can buy and they can return the product and also all those stuff. Okay, with different order ID, one person can have multiple orders, etc. So this data is about it. So row ID is actually the unique ID. We can ignore that. We can't do any sort of analysis using row ID. So next you can see is this be order ID. So how to read this? So basically this is the order ID and this is the order date. Okay, and shipping ID is nothing but when this is ordered and this is when the product is basically shipped to the customer. And the shipping mode, whether it is a standard mode or it is a second class mode, it is a first class mode, like that you have those many options. Okay, so this is the second class basically for this person. Then customer ID. Okay, so each customer will have their own customer ID as well. This is customer ID. So customer name is there. You can see this customer has done 2 different orders, and the segment is consumer segment, not a business or corporate segment. And this entire data belongs to United States, guys. Okay, so this data is completely from United States, and this is the city and this is the state, okay, which they belongs to. This is the postal code for that. And next will be the region, whether they belongs to south, east, west, and that sort of region, and the product ID. So guys, if you see how to say that this is not duplicate, because you can see the product IDs are different, means same person can order multiple orders with the product ID to be different, means sometimes he might have bought furniture, that is bookcases, he bought furniture again, under furniture he has bought chairs again. Okay, and this is the product name, basically what product that the person has bought and what sales happened, how many quantities. So this person has got bookcases, this is the sales happened, and 2 quantities sold, and the discount during that time there was no discount which is being given, and the profit happened is for us is $41.9136. Okay, so similarly you can see this is the product and this is. So guys, if you want to see this entire data is all about like what is the product sold and what sort of product it is, like whether it belongs to which category, subcategory. Categories furniture, office supplies and all. Subcategory will be its own subcategories like bookcases or let's say chairs, tables. Okay, so if it is furniture, you can say tables, etc. So office supplies will be like papers, labels, pen, all these things. So this is all about the data. So guys, is it clear on data or is there any question? Please, can you also open in your local and check? Okay. Yeah, Lokesh. So this data is all about like customer platform, basically like where it's similar to your Flipkart or Amazon, where you have what is the customers, when did the order happen, what is the shipping date, okay, who is the customer, and what segment they belongs to, what is the product they have ordered, which category it belongs to, and everything. Okay, this is actually e-commerce data, in which you will get all the information about like what is the sales happened, profit happened, which category, which sales, etc. So guys, looking at this data, can you post some of the questions, what all the data analysis that you can do? Okay, so guys, yeah, total number of order get in one day. Okay, so you can basically understand how many orders like people are having in one day, or like yearly, what is the total number of orders as well. Very good, you can do that analysis as well. So what other sort of analysis that you can do? Guys, please post your answers in the chat window. Okay, which customer had on which order date? Okay, so profit on the product, very good. Returned orders, monthly maximum sales, that is also very good. So you can do region sort of analysis, amazing. Okay, amazing. Okay, same customers, category, subcategory wise analysis, very good. Yeah, guys, I'm impressed. So I'll just come back to this. You can do many analysis, like you have each category and under which category is top. You can get top 10 subcategories which is doing really good sales. What is the profit happened? Okay, so which all the products which is showing the loss. So you can suggest to your manager by saying that, say this all the product which is basically showing the loss, and that loss is maybe due to some sort of analysis that you need to do, etc. So this is all about the data, and whatever the analysis that you have mentioned, let us go and explore it using Tableau. Okay, so I'll just navigate to this Tableau software. So guys, since this is an Excel file, you need to go to this Microsoft Excel under Connect. Just click on that. Okay, so then it will navigate you to your local system where you can basically open this file. So sample superstore Excel, the moment you click on open, so it will open up a sheet like this. Okay, so you will get a data source like this. Just a second. Yeah. So please confirm whether you are able to open this. Okay, so I'll just repeat once. So see, since this is a Microsoft Excel file, so here is an option to connect to these files. So just click on this Microsoft Excel, then it will navigate you to your local files where you have all the files. So the file that I have shared with you, you need to open that. So I can type sample superstore XLS actually. So I'll click on this and I'll just click on open. So which will help me to open the file, and you will see this particular window which is being navigated. So guys, can any of you confirm that whether you are able to open it successfully? Super. Okay. Okay, guys. Great. Sure. So let's proceed with this. So guys, once you open, you can see this windows, okay, here. So this and all you will see it as a sheet only, because this is, I have named it previously. So that's why it is like this. So first window, the moment you open up any sort of data, here is data source pane. Okay, you call this as the data source panel or data source window, in which you can visualize the data basically, like what it is there, etc. So this is mainly for data understanding. Okay, so so how to see which one to use? I am using orders under this. So guys, Tableau is a drag and drop software. Okay, so you have to just drag the field, drag the table and drop it here. So you can see here also drag tables here. See, the moment you do that, you can easily see that. So the entire data itself is dragged and dropped here. This is the metadata view, and this is the entire data view. Okay, so guys, everybody able to do this? Please confirm in the chat window. Cool. Okay, so guys, now let us proceed with data type. Okay, before going to proceed with the charts, we need to understand what is this data type, etc. So guys, what is data type? Any idea on that? What all the data types that you know? And what is data type? Heard of it? Very good. Integer. Okay, variable. In float. Okay, float. Superb. Okay, great. Amazing, guys. Okay, so many of you are already aware of what is this data type. So let me explain. In Tableau, we have certain data type. Okay, I'll just come to this window. Okay, first let me explain what is the data type. So data type in Tableau is broadly divided into these many data types. See, first of all, what is data type? A type of a data, it is like an address. Okay, like for a home, we have an address, right? Similar to that, what type of data, what sort of data that you're going to store in the data. So all those data are stored in the form of data types. Okay, it will have its own type. Okay, so we have certain data type for like whole numbers. Okay, so or a number, if the data is numeric data, then we have integer as a data type. So integer is simple whole number, 1 2 3 etc., like that. Okay, so float is a data type in which you have a decimal points like 1.2, okay, 2.1. So wherever there is the decimal point, you call that sort of data type as a float data type. So for a string, basically the character data type, non-numeric data. So we have got something called string, basically. So you also call this as a text in this Tableau. So text format or the string format if the data is non-numeric. And also you have got along with that extra thing like date value. So if you have date column, so it will read it as a date value. If you have date along with the time, it will read it as a date along with the clock inside. So this is the calendar symbol. Okay, next you have Boolean, geographical data, etc. So text or the string is represented by the icon ABC. Okay, so date values, if you have a data with a date as a column, you will have the calendar symbol for that icon. Date and time values, you will have calendar along with the clock. Okay, so numerical values is provided with this hash symbol. Okay, so next will be Boolean values. Boolean is nothing but true or false, yes or no, that is provided like this. Okay, this is the symbol. Geographical data, say for example, you have got region, country, etc., right? So that is also provided by this sort of thing. Okay, so these are all some of the data types which is already there in Tableau. I'll just navigate to this Tableau window. Okay, so guys, the moment you navigate to this, you can easily see that you have got this, which is nothing but the hash symbol is numerical data. So this is the integer. Next will be order ID. You can also see here as well. If you don't want this metadata view, you can close this one. Okay, so you can see 9,994 rows are there, 21 fields. 21 fields means 21 columns are there. So you have got date actually. So order date and ship date is just a date. That's why you see a date here. So guys, the moment you actually load any data, your first work will be understanding whether the data types are correctly pinned. Sometime what will happen, since automatically your Tableau will assign what data type it is, right? So that's why you need to clearly understand. You need to check whether the column is assigned with the proper data type. Okay, so here also ship mode, which is actually a string, it is assigning ABC. Okay, this is all correctly assigned. Next, let us come to this country, city, state. You can easily see it is a geographical data. Okay, which is a geotype data. And also like postal code also, it is taking it as a geocode itself. Okay, that is good. So next will be region is ABC. Okay, product ID is also ABC. You can see it is a string value. So category, etc. Now, so guys, you can see this is all green color, but it is actually in a hash symbol, which means that this is all numeric data type, including both integer and also float. So this is the numeric data type. Okay, so this is about a data type in Tableau. So this interface, whatever that we see, is nothing but a data source interface in which you can easily see like what data that we have. If you want to modify the name, say for example, you want to change the column name, you can do this. Say, for example, if you want to sort it, this symbol is used to sort, basically. Sort this value according to the date. Okay. So if you don't want any order, you always keep it with a data source order only. So you can sort it. So this window is all about data source, just to understand how the data types are correctly pinned or not. And what is the data source? How many records are there? So is it correctly pinned or not? Okay. If you don't want this, you can drag and drop it outside. That's it. So you can drag and drop other things here as well. So which all the other data that we have. Since the other two sheets has got lesser data, I'll be moving with this orders data, because we will be doing some sort of data analytics using this orders data. So guys, is it clear? So shall we proceed with the chart? So, okay. Yeah, Anurag, the question is, what if the data is with numeric constraint? Then it is actually a varchar. It means it's a text actually. Because once you mix the numerical value with the string, right, it is a text. For example, if you see here, so see here, order ID itself, okay? See, it is CA, you have numeric as well, that is 2016 and all, you have got this as well, non-numeric. So it is a text value, means you cannot add. See, when do we say numeric data? When you add some value with another value, okay? So when you can do any manipulation, that is the numeric data. So this, is it clear on this? Shall we proceed? Okay. Cool. Okay. So guys, before going to proceed with this, we need to understand very important concept under this. So which is nothing but types of data. Okay. So basically data is divided broadly into two major types, which is very much useful in this Tableau also. Based on the type of data, we have this Tableau built completely. I'll tell you how and what it is. So data is divided into two major types. Okay, so one is numeric type, another one is categorical type. Okay. So when it comes to numerical data, you have got float, integer, etc. So these are all called as a numerical data. So categorical data is nothing but, for example, like anything which is non-numeric, which you cannot go with, do any mathematical operations. Okay. So numerical data, we call it as the qualitative data. So categorical data, we call it as the quantitative data, means you can quantify it. Okay. But you cannot have the proper addition, or let's say you want to subtract some value, you want to do any mathematical operation, which is actually not possible on categorical data. So now let us understand the same thing actually in Tableau also, how this Tableau has divided the data into two different parts, and what do we call that part as. Okay, so let us proceed with this. So guys, hope everybody able to see my screen and able to follow. Please write yes if that is the case in the chat window. Everybody able to see my screen, right? Cool. Okay. Amazing, guys. Okay, so let us proceed now. So this is the data source pane, which is nothing but just to have an understanding of what data that you have loaded, whether the data that you have loaded has got the proper data type, which is pinned. Okay, so now after observing, I would say all the data types are correctly pinned, so we don't have to worry on that. Now I will click on this. Maybe you will be having a name called sheet. Okay, so I'll click on that, so which will navigate me to the sheet. So this is the main platform where we are going to build different sort of charts and everything. So I will start explaining each and everything in this interface. So guys, everybody able to launch this interface basically under that, so which is actually sheet. Okay, so this Tableau also, it's basically like your Excel workbook, which comes with a different sheet, and each sheet. Okay, so I will repeat, you will be here in the data source window. Okay, so next you have got an option called sheet. Okay, forget about the name that I have written. For you it will be sheet. Okay, it is exactly like Excel sheets, like how we navigate to different Excel sheets, right? So this is exactly similar to that. Okay, so next let us proceed with this. So guys, very important under Tableau, and very important thing that we need to understand as a part of interview also, it's an important question. So can you see here, can you see some small like lot of sort of line which is being separating these two pane. Okay, so this is one window which is separated by small line, and this is another window. This, the upper portion which is separated by this small line, we call it as the dimension. Okay, remember this word. So we call this as the dimension in Tableau. The second window, whatever that you see, we call this as measures. Okay. So what is dimension? All sort of categorical data, basically like quantitative data is what basically placed under dimension. And if you see, there is a color difference, guys. Can you observe? So this is actually blue in color. The icons, whatever that you see here is blue in color. And if you see the icon, whatever that you see here, it is in green in color. Okay, so green color says that it is measure. So blue color says that it is actually a dimension value. Okay, so I'll repeat. So the upper portion we call it as dimension, the lower portion we call it as measure. Measures are nothing but numeric data. So Tableau divides this data into two different buckets. So each bucket we call it as dimension and measure. So measure consists of numerical data, dimension consists of all sort of categorical data. So guys, can you observe? Take a second and please observe how data is categorized. Okay. Okay. So guys, you can double click here. You will be having a sheet, right? So double click here so that you can change the name as well. Okay. So you can put it as sheet 1, like instead of sheet 1, make it as chart 1 or Tableau 1 or something like that, whichever is convenient for you. So this is about dimension and the measure. So the first thing that one should study. So guys, if you see, if I hover on this, right, you can see the blue color pill. Okay, pill like structure. Can you see this pill like structure? And if I come to measure, you can see green color pill like structure. Okay, so that will differentiate between the dimension and measure. So dimension will have blue color icon and blue pill when you hover on it, whereas like measures will have green color icon and green pill when you hover on it. Okay, so this is about dimensions and measure. Next, we have very important thing. This is called as the marks card. Okay, marks card. So I will first proceed how to create a very basic chart. Okay, simple, very basic chart. So guys, observe this carefully and let me know if it is not clear. So let's say, for example, now I want to create category wise total sales. Okay, I want to understand which category is doing really good sales. Okay, so category is in dimension. Look at this, guys. I will drag and drop this to either columns or rows. Anything is up to you. So for example, I will drop it in the columns. So if you put it in the column, you see it is in the column ways. Okay, you can see furniture is there, office supplies is there, technology is there. So those three are the category. You can also drag and drop this into rows as well. Anything is fine. So let us keep it in a rows. Next, the sales is here. So guys, I'll repeat once again. You can drag and drop it outside if it is not needed. So guys, Tableau is all about drag and drop. Okay, you can't type anything, so you can directly drag and drop. So take this category, drop it into rows. Okay, you can see row like structure. If you drop it into column, you can see each of the readings under this category will be in the column structure. So actually, what is the meaning of this? Category have three unique values. One is furniture, office supplies, and technology. Now, if you see ABC here, means there is nothing I have added. Now I'll click on this. I'll drag and drop this sales to the column. Okay, so you can, so now you can see the bar chart which is automatically created. Okay, so the bar chart which is automatically created, and guys, there is this symbol. Can you observe, everyone? This symbol which will help you to swap between columns and rows. Okay, now you can see how I'm swapping between columns to rows and rows to column. This symbol basically is used to swap columns to rows and rows to columns. Let me keep it like this, basically the structure. After that, if you want to sort, say for example, I want to understand which is the top category. Okay, I want to sort that value. Okay, so there is these two options. One is from lower to upper, means in the descending order. This says that you can sort it in the ascending order. Okay, so basically now I'm sorting it in the descending order, means from higher to lower value. So this is the descending and this is the ascending order. So this will be swap and this will be sorting in the descending and this will be sorting in the sorry, this is descending and this is ascending order. Any question in this? So this is a very, very basic chart. Now using this chart, we will understand each and every marks card. So Tableau is all about this thing, marks card. Okay, so we will study that. Any question in this? Please put yes or no, whatever that you feel in the chat window. So guys, clear, right? Till here clear? Okay, super. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, yes. Okay, amazing. So guys, this is how you create a basic, very basic chart. Okay, simply all you need to do is drag and drop. It is very useful and also very, very easy to understand as well. It's not like other things like where you don't understand. Simply drag and drop whichever the field that you want, whatever the value that you want to observe. Say for example, instead of sales, I want to understand basically quantity. I will drag and drop it. So it is now showing the sum of quantity, total quantity per each of the category. You can easily see that office supplies has got more quantity. Okay, means obviously like to get the more sales, you need to sell more office supplies and all. So office supplies has got the more quantity sold. So guys, you can keep anything category wise. You can also look into sales or you can look into quantity, anything. For now, I will keep total quantity, total sales wise, each of the category wise, what is the total sales happened. By looking at this, we can clearly understand technology has got the highest sales, and it is a common tendency, right? Because under technology, we will have very costliest products as well compared to other. Okay, so office supplies, which is nothing but newspaper, pen, table, something like that. So which will usually have the lesser sales compared to other category. Now, guys, let us precisely clearly understand what is this marks card. Okay, so first option is, can you see here this mini chart? This I will explain once I discuss about show me panel. So automatically you see there is an option called automatic, means automatically the first chart which is actually create is nothing but the bar chart. Okay, that is the automatic chart which the data will be detected based on that. Next, if you see the first marks card under this will be color marks card. I'll click on this, guys. Okay, the moment you click on this, you can see this is you basically used to color. Okay, first I will show you the basic coloring methodology, how we can do. You can see by default it is taking blue color. I will click on this. You can see how you can change the colors here. For example, this. And guys, very importantly, whenever you work with Tableau, color should be not something like very bold, like people will get headache by looking at that color. Okay, so we should never select some color which is completely so bold and not so visually effective. For example, if I choose this and all, see, this is all very bold colors. By looking at it, like it looks very bold. And let us not go. Choosing a color itself is an art in Tableau. Okay, choose something mild and best. Okay, so for example, we can also keep this one. So this looks mild as well. So this is how you change the color. Okay, so there is an option to change the color. This is the palette. Say for example, you don't have some color which you're looking for. Okay, maybe something more mixed type of thing. So what you will do is here you have an option called more colors. So I'll click on this more colors. So I can choose any color. Also, you can modify the scale. For example, under red, under black. Okay, this is the black color and this is the black mix red color as well. So I can choose any scale. Say for example, here I'm choosing this. Okay, so simply if you click on OK, you can see it is being applied. Okay, we should never apply this much dark color, but this is just for an example. Let's say I will apply this. So you can also modify the color format as well. Okay, so you can pick from the screen. You can modify the scale as well from very lighter gradient color to darker, whichever you want, you can apply. You can also change the hue. For example, the more you move this, the color will also just go on darker and darker. Okay, so this is about here you will get a color code as well. This is the HTML color code. For different color, you will see guys, different colors will be there. This is similar to even in your PPT, right? You have different colors, right? So this is exactly like that. And this is how you can color. This is guys, I'm explaining very basic color. I'm not still explaining how to apply different color to different bar, how to apply gradient color to this bar and all. I'll come to that point. point. Okay, so this is about that color. Next option, see, I discussed about this palette, I have discussed about this more color. I'll cancel this. Next is opacity. See, you know what is opaque? Opaque is nothing but more clear. I mean, if you see through this, so you can't see the background. Transparency and opaque, if you decrease opacity, you can see it will be more transparent. It look like there is a chart, but it's not the proper one. So it is also depends on what sort of analysis, what chart that you are building. Based on that, you can create this one. So this is about opacity. Okay, so opacity is nothing but being more opaque and more transparent. If you move towards the left, opacity decrease, the percentage of the opacity will go on decreasing, which means it will be more transparent. Okay, where easily you can see the background color. Next, border. Okay, so automatic, the no border has been picked. Okay, so now you can pick the border. For example, I'll click on this. Now can you see this? There is a border. Now you can see how the border color will change. See, now I'm choosing this yellow color. You can see now the yellow border is being added to this bar. Let's say I'll click on this red, so you can see the red color border is being added to this bar. Okay, so this is the border. Basically, you can have more colors also for the border. If you don't want, you can make it as none as well. Okay, so none means no border is being added to this. Right now, if you see very little bit closely, if you see, there is a small red border which is being added to this. Okay, so guys, any question? Okay, amazing. Okay, so guys, now somebody is asking how to apply different color. See, first is a color panel. Now, what if your manager says, see, I can't make a difference between what particularly is this bar and this bar. You're keeping the same color. Can we change it now? So he just say that please put different color to different bar. So this is his question. Okay. So how do we do that? So guys, simple. Look at this. If you want to put a different color to different bar, and this is basically based on the category, you need to apply the color. Drag and drop this category into color. Okay, I will repeat once again. So you need to drag and drop. This is undo, guys. Okay, whichever I have just used now is undo. I will drag and drop this category because this is category, right? Category wise, what is the total sales I'm saying? So I can drag and drop that category into this color. So you can see now under marks card color, there I have added category. Okay, so any question in this? Clear? Okay, amazing. So guys, now I'll go to color. See, if I go to color, edit colors, now you see the three colors are now being added to different categories. So for example, here also, if I want to change this to some other color, for example, I want to change this furniture to some different color, or let's say this technology to some different color. So I will select this particularly which color, which is the category which I want to change the color. So I'll click on that. Next, what I'll do, you can select either from this, guys. See, you can select this. The moment you apply, you can see it in the background, how that is being changed. Okay. So let's say, for example, I don't want this color. I'll just click on apply. Okay. Like this. Let's say I don't want these colors. I want even more colors. So there is this drop down option in this color palette. You need to click on this. The moment you click on this, you can see there are so many options, like lot of different colors which are there. So purple, pink, you can see like you have purple, pink colors. You have so many palettes here. Like you can have only gray color which is added. For example, I will add the gradient. For example, technology is the toppest. I'll add this and apply. Okay, say for example, office supplies is the last one, so I'll add this color, apply. Okay, so that is the last one. And let's say furniture, I'll add a something mid-level color, apply. So in the backend now you can see from darker to lower means it is gradient, means it is decreasing. So technology has got the highest value, so you see many values in it. So like this, you can also choose whichever the palette that you want from this. You want red palette where you apply only red colors to it. For example, you will click on this, so you will apply the red color to red color gradient. So it is up to you. If you want to operate the separate colors, you can operate and apply. If you want a gradient colors also, you can apply. So this is about the color palette. Okay, so how to add the different color and how to add different colors to the category wise, whichever that you have added. Okay, so guys, is it clear on this? Yeah, Saksham. What is your question? So these colors are different. Like for example, if I want to explain how this color is being different here. So you can see this is the darkest color, which means that technology has got the highest sales. So I have applied the darkest color to this. Little bit lighter than this, which means the next category which has got the second highest value, which is the furniture. Last color that I have applied will be like office supplies, which is kind of very low in color, which says that from higher to lower, your value is being decreased here. That's why I have also sorted and colored it differently. Okay, cool. This is about color palette, guys. So like in which you can color it differently as well. Okay, so next is about size. So guys, is it clear on the color? Okay, so guys, next let us go to size here. Okay, so you can apply the color from this. So you can just apply normal color. So go to color, edit colors, and you can apply. Or if you want to apply individually also, you need to select, then apply the color whichever you want. Then you need to click on apply and say okay. So right now I'll not modify the color, I'll just proceed with the same color whichever I have. So next is about next marks card in this is called size. Okay, so size is nothing but, for example, here you can see you can increase or decrease your chart size. Like you can increase as well or you can decrease as well. So size will consist only one slider which is there in order to increase or decrease your chart. Okay, so it is basically used to increase or decrease your chart element. Okay, so it's clear on size? Just to increase or decrease the chart element here. Okay, cool. So next will be label. For example, let's say your manager says, I'm not understanding like what is the total. So total I want here. Okay, so basically or category I want here. You need to add the label. So for the label, guys, there is a shortcut here. I'll just hide this for a second. So hide floating. So there is a shortcut here. Okay, this is called as the shortcut to add the label. So I'll just click on this. You can see the label is being added. This label is nothing but which has got the values. Values are nothing but like the total sales here. So I had selected sum of sales. So that is why we are seeing the total sales value at the end. So you can see this is how you can add the label. So I'll uncheck so that the label will be disappeared. Okay. So 1 second. It should. So guys, am I audible? Uh, okay. Guys, am I audible, guys? So I'm sorry. Sometimes Tableau will close. Okay, sure. I'll open the software, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes there is some error like this. It will close actually. So just give me 1 second. So guys, that's why you just save, okay? Once you're done with any sort of analysis, you need to save. For example, let's say I will be dragging same thing. Category wise, I'll be dragging what is the sales, okay? 1 second, sales will come here. So then I will sort it. Then I'll add this category into color for a different color. Let me just keep the same colors only for now. Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. I'll connect to the charger. So guys, I'll show you how to save this. First, please save, because sometimes since it is a very bigger server, actually public version, right? Everybody will be working under public version. So sometimes due to server glitch, it will close actually. So that's why better to save each and every time whenever you work, just like Excel, okay? So I'll show you how to save that. For that, you need to have your public account. So that's why I told you to create the public account actually. So give me 1 second, I'll connect to the charger. Cool. Okay, guys. So you just click on Control S from your keyboard. Okay, the moment you click on Control S from your keyboard, it will navigate you to save this file. Okay, so you can sign in. Basically, if you don't have an account, please create an account. Okay, so give your email ID and whichever the password that you decide according to you, please give that. If you already have given, please sign in and save this one. So Control S is the shortcut. If you want to save it directly from here, this is an option. So you can save it like this, or you can save it directly using Control S from your keyboard. Please save there and then, because it will cause a trouble if it is not there. Okay, so Tableau account, now you can provide your email ID, whichever is there, and the password. Then if you don't have, if you forgot the password, as usual, forgot password, or create an account if you don't have an account, please. Okay, so this is about basically how you add this thing. So next will be so guys, this is how you have the values like different colors. So size, actually you can increase or decrease as well, like increase the size, decrease the size. Under size, say for example, this category is the top category, right? That is technology is the top category. I want to keep bigger size for this. Maybe next little bit smaller size, and next little bit smaller size. In size also you can modify. For now, I'll keep some standard size. Let's say like this. I want technology, since it is the biggest category, I want to keep a different size compared to this and this. So how to do that? Simple. Drag that category into size. That's it. Now you can clearly see that it is actually being modified. But the problem with this is in the backend itself, since the bar chart is being created, right? So it will not take it properly. Here you can see the values are correctly taken. Just a second. Furniture. Okay. Okay, so guys, sometime actually, like, it will not take the size very clearly. See, if I drag and drop this into size, ideally this should be higher size than this one, right? Sometimes, especially with the size, and if it is a dimensional, it will not take it properly. Okay, so let me try it adding the sales itself. Oops, 1 second. So let me try it adding the sales itself. I will add this sales to label. Now this will be modified properly. So guys, now the size will be little bit affected, not so much. If you see, the size is being affected based on the sales here, sales scale. This is also not very much completely affected, but a little bit size values are little bit affected. If you see this little bit bigger than this, and this is little bit smaller than this, like that. Okay, so for that, what I have done is I have added sales to the size. Sum of sales, I have added it to the size. So based on the value of the sale, I will get the different size here. Okay, so which you can see very clearly and properly when it comes to other type of chart, so which is under show me. So there I will show you how do you modify the size also, bigger, smaller, and all those things, which is there under show me panel. Okay, for now you can understand, if you want to modify the size according to the total sales, then you need to add it into the size. You need to put that size. So you can see sum of sales is now has a marks card as size. It is under size. Next, label. So this is the shortcut for label. I'm just adding the label here. So this is how you can add the label as well. So guys, next thing, in the label, you see only numerical values are there, right? So there is no categorical value. Means I want technology and this, I want for furniture and this, like that. So for that, what you can do is you can add this category also into the label. Now, can you see category is now being added? Okay, you can also add sales into the label as well. So now you can clearly see that this is actually category and the sales. And if you see guys, the alignment looks very different. Okay, now I'll click on this label. Under this label, we have many options. So first option is basically the font. Okay, so you can give a different label as well. Let's say I will give this label. I can make it as a bold color. Can you see in the backend, the label is being changed here. So I need to go inside this label. Under that, you can see text font format. You can change the font as well, like bigger font if you want, etc. Okay, if you want to keep just a smaller font, standard font, which is 9 also, that is fine. So this is how you added the label. And guys, next is alignment. Okay, so right now I have added a different color. If you want to underline, you can underline. If you want it in an italic, you can put it in the italic format also. Anything is fine. So is it clear how to apply a different this thing, I mean different sort to the label? This is there, so you can change the font. So guys, you can also change this to different font. For example, I'll put it as Tableau bold. Okay, you can see now it is being bold. So let us keep the label in the bold only so that it will be more highlighted. Okay, next will be automatic. So I'll click on this. So now this is actually automatic. If you don't want any sort of thing, just a automatic color, you can use this automatic color. Okay, so like that, I'll keep this as well. Okay, so if you want different color, you can change it. Automatic is just a black color which will keep. Okay, so this is about the color under label. Next, if you see alignment, okay, I'll click on this. So guys, alignment is all about, for example, extremely left alignment, center aligned, okay, extremely left aligned like this. So this is lower aligned. Can you see guys now? If I click on this, you can see the label is being aligned at the bottom. Can you see everyone? So it is being aligned at the bottom. If I click in the between, you can see the label is now aligned in the between. If I click on top, the label is being applied on top, means like outside of the basically the bars, okay, whichever I have applied. Next will be, for example, you can see now this is another way of alignment. This is just a straight alignment that you are doing, and this is this way of alignment. Okay, so you can align however that you want. You can align the labels, you can also align everything however that you want. Okay, so this is about label. Under label, you have an option to change the font, change the color, etc. So next, under the label, you have got this alignment as well, like custom. You can custom the alignment, whether you want at the top, bottom, etc. like that. So this is about some of the options which is under label. Okay, so guys, is it clear under label? So guys, see, so webinars recording will be available tomorrow. Today's will be available tomorrow, and tomorrow's will be available for day after tomorrow. So whichever the doubt you have, you can again go through the recording and see how I have applied. Okay, since this is a webinar, I mean, I can't give little bit more time for you also practice. Sorry on that, because so that I thought let me cover more topic also, whichever is important for you all. Okay, so but is it clear how to apply this label on top of this? See, first is color. You can apply a different color. You play around with this, so you can see how to apply the color. Next will be size. You can increase and decrease the size accordingly. Next will be label. Label is nothing but adding the label. Shortcut to add the label is this. To modify the label font and everything is this one under the marks card. Okay. Great, guys. So this is first how to add the label. Next we have is detail. Detail is not available here basically. That will come with dual chart. I will explain dual chart later. There we can discuss about this marks card called detail. Okay. Now directly I'll go to this tool tip. So what is this tool tip? So guys, can you observe, if I hover on this chart, can you see that rectangular bar where you see category and the sales? Everyone, can you observe? Right? So that rectangular bar, can you see technology and 836154, 742K and office supply 719K like this. That is called a tool tip. Okay, the more you hover on this, the tool tip is visible basically in order to understand what exactly it is each bar is. Okay, so I'll click on this tool tip. Okay guys, so tool tip also you have an option basically. See here, so just select everything. Okay, you can also center align. Okay, so guys, you can bold it as well. You can change the font here, like how we change it with the color. You can change the font as well. You can give a different color as well. For example, I'll give a different color. So preview. Okay, you can preview. See guys, your tooltip look like this now. Okay, I have given a red color. You can also give a different color. For example, I'll select only this much. So that is a category. I'll give this. Okay, so preview, you can see now category has got this color. Okay, sales, I will again give green color here for the sales. Okay, same thing, green color. And now still I will do this preview once again. Okay. So guys, see, now this is the final thing. I'll just click on OK. So guys, can you see the difference now? Now the tooltip is totally different than the previous. So it was just a blank normal tooltip. Now I have also modified how to add a tooltip a different color to make it visually more effective. Any question in this marks card? First is color, to modify the color. Next will be size, to modify the size. Next will be label. You can add any label that you want to this, basically relative label, and you can also align it however that you want. Tooltip is there in order to add this tooltip a different color and modify the values. Any question here? Okay, cool. Okay guys, this is about marks card. Okay, so this is about like how do we use this marks card for the very basic chart. So guys, please save there and then, okay, because you might lose. I don't remember my password, or else I would have saved. I will reset and save this chart as well. And guys, to rename, for example, double click on this, you will get an option. So you just start with the basic chart. Okay, I'll give the name as basic chart. So you can also give the color. For example, left click on this, you can see like color, different color also you can give. Let me give it to a red color to this. Okay, like this you can give us different color to the chart as well. So any question in this? So hope it is clear, right? So shall we proceed to another types of chart? We need to discuss about show me panel now. So guys, there is an option here. See, let us leave this sheet. Let us go to the next sheet. Okay, so, and guys, one more thing, how to modify the title. See, title is by default will take the chart title. Okay, this chart title, whichever you provide, it will take that. If you want to modify from your end, left click on this, edit title. Okay, I'll repeat, left click on this, edit title, so which will navigate you to this title pane. Okay, select. So guys, wherever you are doing some operation, you must select and do the operation. Recenter it. So see, this is the alignment. You can put it at the total end, middle end. So I'll recenter it. I will bold it. I will give a different format as well. Let's say I'll give this format. Okay, then I'll just give a different color. I'll just keep this red color. Apply. Okay, so guys, you can see now basic chart. If you don't want this name, say for example, I'll delete, I'll give my own name. Okay, this is first chart, or I'll directly give something like category wise total sales analysis. Okay, apply. Now you can see, now I have modified this title. To again modify, you need to click and edit title. That's it. So select and modify the title with whatever the color that you want and whatever the value that you required. So this is about how to modify this title. So guys, is it clear on this one? Okay, amazing. So guys, this is about this. Next, one more thing. Say, next time your manager says that I want to see category wise average of the sales. Okay, here we are looking at the sum of the sales, means you are adding each of the value and you are getting the total sales here. Okay, sum of the sale. What if your manager says that I don't want to keep the total sales, I just want to keep the average sales. I want to look category wise which is the average sales. Okay, what is the average sales? So what you can do is click on this. So guys, here you have an option measure. Okay, so measure right now is by default sum. I will repeat, click on this drop down under sum of sales. You can see it is a measure. So you can see by default it is sum. I want to change it to, like, let's say average. Now you can clearly see in the tooltip the average value is being now displayed. Okay, if you want to display, see, but the label is not displayed like that. See, because the label has got this value. Okay, here also you can change the label value to average itself, so that now you can see the label is being changed. Now the average value here is 452, means even though if you take average or let's say sum, the total sales, like the average or the highest sales, is happening from technology category. Okay, so this is about how you can add. Okay, so I will go here to this drop down. So measure is by default, it was sum. Now I am changing it to average. If you want count, maximum, minimum, you can add any of this measure, guys. Okay. Let me keep it to average. So that is how you change. Okay. Now, this is clear, right? Cool. So next, what if your manager in the same chart, if he wants to see category and also subcategory wise, what is the average sales? So guys, what I will do is look at this carefully. Category is there. I want to drag and drop subcategory here. See what is happening now? Category and subcategory wise, you can see. I will also sort it from increasing to decreasing order. Anyone, so what is happening here? See, under technology category, we have copiers, we have got machines, phones. So copiers is the highest one, which is under technology category, which has got highest of the average sales. Okay. When you take under furnitures, you can see basically this tables and chairs, and these are all the things which has got actually subcategory which is under furniture, means tables has the higher value. And if you say office supplies, okay, so if you see office supplies, storage, basically storage is the one which has got, and the least one will be fasteners. Okay, and this is also furniture. So like this, you can add category and subcategory wise what is the total like average sales which is being happened. Okay, so guys, is it clear? Okay, should I show again? Okay, I'll drag and drop it outside. See this till here clear, right? So we had category wise what is the average sales. Okay, now I'll drag and drop subcategory also here just next to this. See guys, this will bifurcate the data. The more fields you add, more bifurcation that you will get, more granular level that you will reach. Here also you can sort now. So you can see under technology is the top category. Under technology, you have subcategories like copiers and all these things, which is here. Okay. So next you can see under furniture, you have these many values. Under office supplies, you have these many. So I'll remove this category from the table. Let us just keep average for now. Okay. If you want, you can drag and drop subcategory into this label. So you can see now copiers, and this is the value. So you can see this is the average sales for machines. Okay. So means you're doing the analysis category and also category and subcategory wise total sales. I'll apply and say okay. So guys, this is how the more you add here, okay, more filters that you add here, more number of dimensions that you drag here, those many values are displayed here. This is all about how do you add different category and subcategory wise what is the average sales. If you want sum, you can modify here as well, measure to keep it as sum also. Now you can again sort the value so that you can clearly see the total happened here is this one. Okay, this is the average. Here also modify that average to sum, so that now you can see phones are showing the highest total sales compared to others. Okay, so phones is the top one, and this one will be, which is this chairs. Even under furniture, chairs has got the highest sales as well. So like this, you can analyze the data. So finally you can provide the result by saying, so you have like these three are the very least, which is fasteners, labels. So you ask them to improve their quality or something. So there could be a lot of reason why this is actually the least sales. Okay, so guys, this is about marks card. So actually I will stop here. I'll take up the question now. Please, while coming to the tomorrow's session, please practice this. You need to be familiar with all this marks card and all. Tomorrow we will learn how to use this show me panel, and let us discuss different chart, like how to add map, how to change the background color to darker color, and lot of other formatting that we will discuss tomorrow. And we will also create one dashboard and also one story, okay, to present.